let's see now test scenario number 2. Shop the items in the app by scrolling to specific product. Okay, we were interested in to find out the specific product and then add that product to the cart. Now for example, developer have added new product into your existing list, right? So you want to test if that product is successfully added into your product list or not. Okay, take any product, and then if it is added, you need to check if that product can be added to the cart to purchase. So let me show you the demo. So when you click on Let's Shop button, there are different products displaying here. Let's say you want to click on this Jordan 6 rings. So first of all, you want to check whether this product is present in the page or not, because this is newly added product from developer side and you want to write a test case to confirm if that is added. Okay, if it is added, you have to find out, search it and click on add to cart. This is your requirement. It looks simple, but when you come to the Appium side, it's little tricky to do automation for this scenario. Be patient, I'll try to explain what all the techniques you have to do to get this done. Okay, first of all, when you land on this page, let me open UI Automator. Yeah, so there are two products already opened in this page, right? Now you want to verify whether Jordan 6 rings, which is somewhere in the down, is present or not. So one idea what I have in mind is, if I can grab text of it, this is the unique. Okay, so ID / product name, and when I see this ID is also / product name. So basically for all the products in this page, ID is the same. So if we can get that ID into list and traverse through each and every ID, and if we find if that is the right one, then you can go ahead and click on add to cart. Okay, that's one scenario, like driver.findElements by .id of this resource name, and for every ID you will do get text, and if that get text matches to Jordan 6 rings, then click on that. But unfortunately you cannot perform this action, because when you say driver.findElements by .id, now let me take this. I'll take the screenshot again. No matter what product you see, IDs are same for each and every product. So here Air Jordan 4 Retro ID is / product name, and you go to this, ID is / product name. Okay, now let me go back to Eclipse and create one more test case. Copy. I will show why that will not work. 3. Okay, so you already have written code until clicking on the shop button, so that you are on page 2, right? Which we have done this earlier. So driver.findElements by .id .size. I'll try to print it in the output. So this should return me the number of products present in the page, because all the products have the same ID, isn't it? Oh, this is the wrong ID. When all the products have same ID, and if I try to find out all the elements on the page which have this ID, then it should return total product items. But I'm just showing that it will not do that. Okay, did I start Appium server? No, not yet. Let's go and start it. and then come back to your Eclipse. Don't worry, when I am dealing with framework sections, I will automatically start this Appium server programmatically from the code instead of starting every time from command prompt. So step by step I am revealing all the concepts from basics to advanced. Okay, these all are real-time challenges that when you see the common name, you will try to get the list and you will get the different result. And okay, meanwhile I'll talk the reason. The reason why you will not get all the list is it's not in visible mode. Whatever the Appium can see in the mobile, it will only treat those products. Okay, it will not scroll by itself and collect all the remaining items. So in the screen, if you see 2 products at a time, then the list count also will be 2. It will never scroll down and talk about any other product because it has no idea about it. You see that count is 2, which is not true, right? Count is at least 10, I guess. We have so many products here, but they are not in the visible mode. Okay, if they are not in the visible mode, you cannot find it. Then how do you actually go to this Jordan 6 rings, whether it is present or not? Okay, so one alternate solution what we have is you can use scrollable, and we can say that scroll into view where that particular text is present. Okay, let's do that. But even that, there is one problem. I'll explain you. So if you write this step, as I explained in the previous lecture, that this step may or may not work, and now I will tell the reason why this may not work. Okay, so if I am looking for Jordan 6 rings with this step, scroll into view, then it will be identified here, right? So it might stop like this, because whenever it found Jordan 6 rings, okay, because I am just asking that whenever you see this text into view, stop there, stop scrolling. So it got stopped here. Now if you want to click add to cart button, it's still the bottom which your Appium cannot see. Technically you are saying to Appium to scroll only up to the text visible part, but for me that's not enough, because that button add to cart is not present. The test case is to find out the desired product and then click on add to cart. So what is the point in scrolling till here? Okay, and it's still not in the add to cart. Okay, or it might happen something like this sometimes. Okay, even you may not see that. Okay, so that's the problem with this. So how do I tell to Appium to scroll completely until the product is totally displayed? Okay, for that there is another mechanism, same step, but you have to write it differently. Okay, so for that I will actually go to the Appium official website and show what they are suggesting. Appium Java client, then that will navigate us to the GitHub, where they will post the latest versions code and how to read them. So go to the source directory, test Appium client, Android. I think there is a file called Android search test. In that they have defined on how to move to the specific product completely. Yeah, this one. Scroll down and here you go. So here they are using same find element by Android UI Automator, but when they are scrolling, first of all they are telling in what context I have to scroll. Okay, so there is a list, ID is the list, in that list scroll to the text called radio group. Okay, so that when radio group, it's scrolling to radio group, it will make sure that list is completely displayed. Now for example, you might not be clear, I'll explain you here in this scenario. So find out for one ID which represents this whole list. Okay, when I do like this, when you select this recycler view, there is an ID, okay, which gives the complete product list. So first of all, we will tell that go to resource ID which is having complete product list. You see that all the products list is captured. From here, scroll into view which have the text called Jordan 6 rings. Okay, when it scroll to Jordan 6 rings, it will make sure that that particular product which is displaying in the list is completely displayed. Okay, it will not display partially, because we are giving hint to the Appium that list is nothing but list of products and I am moving to one specific product. So make sure you display the product completely which is shown in that list. Okay, so whatever ID we are targeting, that whole part will show completely, as you are clearly telling as a prerequisite that I want to go to a specific child from this parent. So display that child completely. Okay, so this is a parent attribute, and from the parent you are going to child. How would you say this is parent? Okay, so one trick is to how to find parent is to look for this widget.recycler view when you are dealing with Android native apps, and when you want to scroll, they will provide one mechanism which have an ability to scroll. In Android language we tell it as scrollable component. So this is a scrollable component. Find out the ID for it, and when you select this, you make sure that all the products are selected like this. So this is an parent product list, and now from parent go to the child, okay, child product. Try in that way and see, and that will open up whole product in your output. Okay, so how do you know that? When you ask me this question is like trial and error. When I tried this initially, it did not work. Then I went to Appium official documentation and I tried to understand why they were navigating from parent to child by adding one more extra method here. Instead of directly asking us to scroll into view, they were first going into one ID. From there they are starting the scrolling mechanism, and then reading few blocks I realized that whole component will not get into view if you try like this, and that's why Appium guys have made some changes, and that's up to you that if there is some requirement for you which really do not care of clicking this add to cart, and even if partially displayed, if that is okay to you as per your requirement, then you can simply use this. That's why I said you might use different ways for scrolling, and that depends upon which one works for you. Okay, as I said, you can find in the resources of this lecture like what are different scroll steps available, and try all this, one will definitely work. Okay, simple trick is that if you want to see the whole product, make sure you try the step whatever shown here. So same step I already copied as a demonstration, so I will simply use this. Okay, the only difference from before and this step is that we are first navigating to parent and then going to the child. That's it. So now giving the matching text here. What is our matching text? Jordan 6 rings, right? Okay, let me make sure that I am capturing exact text. Alright, now it scrolls to exact Jordan 6 rings, but if you want to just try, just give it here, just like how we have done previous scroll, and see if that is working or not. Okay, it might or it might not work, but try in this way, it will definitely work. Alright, again there is one more problem now. You want to click on add to cart. Okay, so this is how things might display. You never know. Now when you are using this, this will make sure that product is completely displayed like this. This could be like this, okay, or 1-2 items, or this could display like this. Okay, we are not sure. If the mobile screen is big, then 3 products may display. Now how do you click on add to cart now? When you go and spy add to cart, problem is there is no unique ID. It is just saying that text is add to cart and product add to cart. Same ID is defined for this and for this as well. Now specifically how can you click on Jordan 6 rings? Okay, so when you scroll, you will be in this mode, right? Now click on add to cart button of Jordan 6 rings is your question. How do you do that? Think it before you watch next lecture. So one alternate is you can actually get the add to cart IDs into list. Okay, when you say driver.findElement by.IDs of this add to cart, on the page only 2 are displayed, right? So list will be 2. On that you can say that Jordan 6 rings is the second one in the list dot get of one dot click. It will click on add to cart, which we have seen in the previous lectures, this kind of mechanism. But what if scroll happen like this? There is no guarantee that it will be always in the second index. Maybe scroll did like this so that it is in the first index. Scroll method is used to make it visible, but it will not tell you that it will be like this or like this. If this is scroll like this, then it is on the 0th index. Okay, if it is scroll like this, then add to cart is in the first index. This is the 0th index and this is the first index. So you cannot hard code by index. Then what is other way? And if you have a big screen mobile, and when you automate on that large screens, because of screen capability and dimensions, 3 carts may display. And then how do you tell which one is Jordan 6 rings here, either 0 or first or second? Okay, this is interesting, right? Now you have to specifically select add to cart only for this product. We'll see that in our next lecture. Meanwhile, keep thinking on this. Okay, thank you.